everyone, welcome back to another speed build. Today I am doing a Sunken Sea base build and I am really excited for this one. I really enjoy making bases in the Sunken Sea. When it first came out, I immediately went to the ocean and explored. To be fair, when it came out, we had been with the wilderness for quite a bit, and I was super excited to do something new, and the ocean was just so pretty. The music is just one of my favorites, and I think wilderness only just takes over with the music, but just the ocean just gets me every single time. And every time I create a new world or I go into someone else's world, I create a base in the ocean as soon as I can, because it's so pretty. And with the new decorations that they added with the crystal update, it just works so perfectly. So I did it a little bit at the beginning, just a bit of decorational stuff with the corals in the water and the cattle pen, but going straight into it, we are doing the bedroom part. I had in mind at the beginning that I wanted this section to be the bedroom, but it's not going to be like a closed off bedroom. It's kind of out in the open with the rest of the base, but I initially painted the windows the cyan color, and I had in mind that I needed to not put anything down before painting the rug. That was my main purpose. My main goal was do not put anything down until you've painted the rug. Guess what? I didn't paint the rug. And I realized it soon. I do everything here and I'm like, oh, fridge. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of everything. Cool, awesome. That's so great. I need to paint the rug. But yeah, I had to get rid of a bunch of stuff. But when I looked back at it, the cyan colored glass was just too much with that rug. So I decided to replace that, then also paint the other canvas painting the dark blue, and then paint the beds white, because I feel like it was just too much blue on blue on blue. Yeah, we're in the ocean, but we just don't need that much blue. Yeah, so the white really kind of helped separate it all, and then I used that orb lantern inside as opposed to that pearl lantern that I used outside, because I really wanted that kind of warm feeling of it being a home. And then I used the wash basins out in the cattle pen, because I really have a feeling like they could be seen as, a drinking area for the cattle, but obviously it isn't. But I just wanted to make sure that it looked like it was decorated and it was a good home for the turtles or the cowpels. And yeah, I wanted to have some part of the ocean to be in that area, but I didn't want to make it too cluttered that they couldn't walk around. So I was going to have some driftwood boxes in there, but I decided against it because I didn't want them to get stuck and everything. And I really like that painted loose flooring on the beach sand ground. When it's painted white on the beach sand ground, it really looks like it's meant to be there. So yeah, I put the seaweed into their area so that they could eat and, produce the dumplings if they want, but it's obviously not necessary, but I wanted to put that in there so that it looks like it's been the base and the home has been lived in. Speaking of which, I wanted to use these tables and chairs from the specific scene, because it like, I feel like it would fit with the explorer part of this character that lives here. This fishing net that you can get from that scene, you can actually display 3 fish, any fish you like. I decided to grab 2 fish from the ocean and 1 from the desert. I was originally going to go with that white axolotl, but I decided against it because it kind of blended in with the white walls behind it, the limestone walls, so we went with the pink axolotl instead. But yeah, like, I feel like this character would be exploring and they'd find this stuff and then take it home with them and put it in that base. But I really like this Atlantean worm double chest that you get from the boss fight. I thought it worked so perfectly at the end of the bed. You know, some people put drawers and stuff at the end of their bed or a chest, so I thought that worked perfectly. And it, even though it's facing the other way, it doesn't look like it's not able to be opened from, you know, that side. And so yeah, I thought it worked perfectly. And I always want to put the ancient hologram pod in my builds. Like, I always want to use him in my builds, but I just cannot. And I think I end up getting rid of him, which is so sad. But I wanted to originally put him there so that he could be like, you know, someone to talk to, like Siri, or Alexa or something. But I put these mannequins down here. I was originally going to have them up a bit further, but I wanted to have 2 so that I could display the beach towel. I really enjoy using the beach towel. When it first came out, it was just so funny to me. My friend always used the beach towel as his vanity, and it was hilarious. And I keep wanting to use this rug, but it just doesn't work out. I am glad that I used it under the fishing net area, but I couldn't figure out where to put it. It just felt like it was too much overload of green, which is surprising because, like, we have so much overload of blue. How could there be any overload of green? But it was just too much of the same green. And yeah, so I put these wall torches outside to make it feel like it is the entrance to the house instead of just like a pier. And I did use my favorite decorative lighting, and I initially painted them blue, but it felt a bit cold, and so I went with the orange to make it feel a bit more warm and homey. But yeah, we use those. I think I will always use them. They are one of my favorite decoration, paintable decorations you can use, and they're lights too, which just works out perfectly. But these decorative signs, I am annoyed. I wanted to make a divider between the like seating area and this workshop area on the left, but the decorative signs can't be rotated. They can't be rotated. Oh my god, it's like a personal pet peeve for me now. I just want to be able to rotate them. And so I do end up using them as dividers in the bedroom area. Instead of having a wall with a door and making it look very cramped and small, I decide to go with those decorative signs to make it look like it's a divider, a space sectioner sort of thing. And I wanted to also display the summoners for the big bosses in the ocean, but I end up just using the Atlantean worm heart instead, because the bait pole just looked a bit funky. It didn't look right, and I decided against that. So now we are coming in to the part that caused me the most grief. I could not figure out how to look at this without feeling so overwhelmed. I don't know. It just felt like a clump of everything was there. And so I decided to use a pillar to section everything out. And then there it is, ancient hologram pod being deleted. He gone. And so yeah, I limited the amount that was over there, but I think if I had that divider section, it would have helped so much more. But yeah, I was going to put a third pillar over there, but it just felt like it was too cramped, and I decided to put it in the right hand bottom corner instead. But here we decided to leave the dresses there as sort of like a shelf area. To be fair, those blue, when those dresses are painted dark blue, they actually look like couches from behind, so I might use those in the future. But I decided to do some cooking so that the table looked like it was actually being used for eating. And here is a part where I changed my mind like 6 times. I did cut out some of it, but I went back and forth on the rotating of those chests. But yeah, every time I watch it, it's just so funny to me. But yeah, outside I decided to put some coral bridges down because I wanted to show off the glow tulips. I decided I was going to go with some other plants, as you can see in my inventory, but we decide on the glow tulips. And there is the most annoying thing, is the boat. When you're in God mode, if you get close to a boat, it will just automatically put you in the boat. Like, there's nothing you can do. And it was super annoying. So I avidly ignored those boats. But yeah, I try all the different crops that you can grow in the ocean. And then I was going to go for the blue glow tulips, but it just felt like they blended in a bit too much. So I went with the golden ones, and it gives that nice soft glow of light, as well as you know, a nice crop out in the open. But basically, I felt like it was a bit too cramped in this bottom bit. So I decided to just section them out a bit more. I do get rid of this one, and then yeah, we come back and we get rid of it because it's just a bit too much. But we go down to the bottom left and put some of the ocean crops that you can grow here or grow on the beach sand ground. So we got the pupaya and the pine grapple, just to show, you know, we do use these. And I'm lastly putting some quote-unquote natural light in to spice up the base a bit more, make it look a bit more natural and homey, like it's actually lived in and not a decrepit square of nothing. And yeah, this is coming to the end now. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And leave any comments that you have for me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.